Alright guys, today we have a 2013 Honda Accord. This car has about 70 some thousand miles on it. And this is another one with a bad starter. How to change a starter on these Honda. This is a 4-cylinder. What we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to disconnect the battery from this car, right? So what we can do is we can take out the negative side. We'll just disconnect it so there's no power down there. And well, matter of fact, let's take off the positive, because I know the positive goes all the way down there. We're gonna take out this positive and we're gonna leave it to the side. So you're gonna need number 10 to remove this bolt right there. And that's it. You're just loosen it up a little bit and you get that terminal out of there. Just put it to the side somewhere where it's not gonna come back up and touch it. Make sure this cover is blocking it, whatever you can possibly do. We're gonna put this hood down and we're gonna make the car go up and we're gonna go underneath the car. All right, so we are under the car. If you come right by the oil pan and look straight up, right on the top, this right here is the starter, right there. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do quite a few things on this to get this out of there. And we're gonna go step by step and record the whole process. We're gonna remove this cover here, this number 10 here. There's a crank sensor behind this. You're losing this and this slides off because this has a gap opening in there in the cover, and this cover slides off. We're also gonna remove this little clip right here. We're gonna get this harness out of the way a little bit. We're gonna take number 12 with the long extension up to here, up to the bottom, and we're gonna fish out both of these bolts. And there's one probably going across that way, and this bracket is gonna come out that way. We have a lot of clearance. All right, so bring number 12 with the long extension. All right, so first we're gonna take out those two bolts right there. That's the bracket for the intake manifold, and there's one probably going this way. We're gonna take that off too. Just twist it. Easy. There you go. This one, they're rusted, that's why they're snapping out of there, so be careful you don't hurt your hands. There you go, that's number 2. Use that as a driver. There you go. So, the chair. Okay. All right. Once we have those, and now we have one going across. And we're gonna get that one out of too, but you might need a smaller extension. There's one going straight right there. If you can see it from the bottom, right there. There's one bolt up there. We're gonna take that one out. Alright, so we're gonna get that other bolt out, and then that bracket is gonna come off. Every single one of these starter videos I do, you guys can see there's not too much of a place to view. There's not too much room up here to put. And the starter's in a terrible angle. If you remove this bracket, it's going to give you a lot of clearance for the rest of the stuff. Alright, so just keep turning until it comes out. Once it's loose, you bring everything down with it. The bolt and the bracket. there we have it. Let's look at the bracket. That's the bracket we're looking at. There's 3 bolts, 2 nuts, and 1 bolt. Alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove number 10 over here. Let me fix my light. We're gonna remove this number 10. You probably need a small gear wrench. You need a small gear wrench. And then we're gonna loosen the one back over here. Alright, so we're gonna take that one out, and then we're gonna loosen the other one over here to the left. You're tightening the other. Once you have it loose, it should just come right off by hand. If it's loose enough. Right behind this, you have a crank sensor. We're gonna disconnect that. The reason why we're gonna do is because it's gonna give us a lot of clearance, a lot of free play with the harness.
Almost out. I don't know why it's so tight.
Alright, there we have it. The bolt is out, and we're gonna just loosen that like about 3 threads. There you go. We're gonna do about 3 threads. And that should loosen up the plate, and the plate should slide out. Do a couple of more threads. Alright, there's a connector down there. We don't want to damage that. Alright, so what we can do is yank a little bit. We get that out. We're gonna disconnect that crank sensor in there. Break the door, no. That's what the car starts on. There you go. So we have it right here. This is the connector. It came out of this sensor right here. So now you see that harness? It has a lot of free play in there. You can also disconnect this little clip right here and take out this bracket if you want. I like to bend it, and then it comes out just like that, and then you put that to the side. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna push this little clip right here, and we're gonna move that harness out of the way, and then we have 1 pin connector right up here. All right, if you can see, let me move my light to a different place. Can you hold it right there? So this is a 1 pin connector right here. This is a starter control cable. Then we have, I think, number 12 or 13 in there. But before that, what we're gonna do is there's a number long bolt back here. That's a number 14. We're gonna take that 14 out of there. And then we have 117 right here. We're gonna take that out. Can you put the light up a little bit? So that's the, this is 17, this is 14 also. So 14 and 14. We're gonna get extensions about that long and a little bit longer than that, and we're gonna try to get that starter out of there. All right Alright guys, so we took off this tire just to make everything more easier and more viewable. So we're looking at the starter right there. So if you remove this tire, you can see the starter upper and lower bolts from all the way out here. What we'll do is we'll put a long extension and a swivel with the number 14 on top. That's what we'll do. So I'll put my light here somewhere and we'll be able to see in there. Just like that. Alright, so bring that over. Alright, so we're in there. We're gonna get that number 12 or 14. Light. There you go. Good. It's gonna be tight. The other way, the other way. Counterclockwise. Good. There you go. This is into aluminum, so it's a little rough to get out. But it's coming out. I'm gonna bring my light over so we can see it much better. 1 second. There we go. That's it. I'll take it off by hand now. Alright, it's loose enough, nice and loose, and that's it. I'll put my hand in there, and it should come right out. This is what you're looking at. This long little bolt. Alright, so we have that out. Now we're gonna go to the one in the back, bottom here. And we're gonna fish that out to long extension right by the wheel. There you go. That's it, it's out. Take that out. I'm gonna pull the extension out and the bolt. I'm gonna grab it by hand. There we go. We have the two bolts. I'm gonna put it somewhere safe. Next, what we're gonna do is, right behind this rubber boot, there's a bolt. Alright, you can also fish that one out from that end. Can you see it, Annie? Alright, so let's see if we can do this. Alright, so this little retainer right here is bothering us. I'm gonna move this. Hold on. Can we take this off? Alright. So we're gonna move this harness off the starter itself. Just like that, right? And then we can get the other bolt from back here. Can you not see it back here?
Yeah, but you don't let me go into it.
Yeah. Don't pull out cables any further. Turn it, twist it. See it? Alright, so we got one bolt back there. That's the main cable for the starter. There's a live cable coming 12 volts from the battery. So we're gonna fish that out too. The starter might turn with this, so I'll hold it for him. You lose it? There we have it. Alright. So this is a little bolt. Fell out of my hand on the floor somewhere. And this harness comes out. And then what we can do is we can pull this little baby out of there. The starter should come out freely from up there. And there we have the starter. Let me get my light. And there's the starter. Alright, so the starter doesn't have the little big solenoid like the old starters used to have. And we're gonna get the new starter and put it right back in there. Alright guys, so we have the new starter here. Before we put the starter in, we're gonna match up everything. Like this is where the live voltage cable goes. This is where the 1-pin connector goes. So we're gonna take a look at the other one. Same thing, same angle. And then also what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at the teats on this car. So we're using a Bosch brand, and the part number is 77985726. That's the part number, right? And if you turn this over, this one, I just like to take a look at the teeth. They look about the same, so this is good. We're gonna put this starter in. Alright, so we're gonna take the new starter. We're gonna put the starter in there. No, it's gotta go under the cables.
Yeah, well.
Under.
No.
Take it out.
So you gotta be under now. Wait.
No, you're not. We're gonna lift up the cables.
Wait. Leave it.
And go under the starter. We're gonna put the starter under the cables. Careful with this cable. Once we have that there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the 12-volt cable in there.
Wait.
That's the main cable. That's this one right here. That's this cable goes into that. All right, so we're gonna put that in there. It's hard to see, I know, but you gotta manage it. Right next to those. And then you're gonna take the bolt and put the bolt in there. Once he has it bolted, I'm gonna show you real quick what we did so far. Got it? Alright, he's gonna put that bolt and then we're gonna come back. Let me pause the camera here. We'll come right back once he catches threads. You catch threads? Alright, cut threads. Let me just show you guys real quick what we're looking at. We're looking at this little guy right back here. That's the bolt. Right? So we'll use a long extension again, and we'll get it right from the back and we'll tighten that thing. Make sure this bolt is nice and tight. Just get a little bit of help. One person holds the starter while the other one tightens. That's good. That's good. That's good enough. And then you want to take this little cover. You do want to put this cover on. You don't want any other metal pieces touching this. Once it's back on, I'm trying to managing to put that cover back on there over that bolt that we just tightened. There you go. I have the cover over it, and that's it. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna push this starter into its correct position, which is right into the housing of the engine and the transmission. Can you put your hand in the back of it like that? Or use the extension to just push it like that, hold it up, and I'll put the small bolt in the bottom. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the little bolt. That's the little bolt that goes right here. And I'll try to catch some threads. Oh, it's not in spot. There you go. Alright, I got some threads. I'm gonna hold the starter, and now you'll fish it. He'll put the extension in there with that number 14 on it, and he'll tighten that little bolt over there.
Can I see me?
There you go. He's gonna get this bolt all the way in there, but he's not gonna tighten it all the way because we still have to put one more in.
So?
No, keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's it. Alright, so he has that in there. I'm gonna go grab the other one, the long bolt here, and this one goes up on the top. You have to feel it, see where it belongs.
Yo, win.
Can you see it from that side?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm doing.
So I cannot see it, but he said he can see it. Just have it there and then I'll do it. Right there?
The way the hanger that I have, I cannot see.
Alright, I got it. So I'll call a couple of threads. Now I'm gonna let him put his extension in there, and he's gonna tighten the bolt back there. Alright, so we're gonna lock that bolt up and tighten it to the end. Tight?
Yeah.
Nice and tight.
You want to put it tight?
Yeah, nice and tight. Alright, we're gonna tighten that bolt, and that's it. This starter is locked into its position, and that's it. Now we're gonna get this other one that's over here. That top one is tight, and we're gonna tighten this one right here now. There you go. Alright, that's it. That's tight. Next, what we're gonna do is, don't forget this little cable This is what controls the starter. So every time you turn the ignition key, it's that cable that gives it a power for the starter to start up. And make sure that clicks in nice and good. If you hear the click, that's it, you're good. And next, we're gonna put this little harness in its place. Alright, there you go. We have the harness in its place. Now we got this crank sensor. Next, let me grab my light. I'm gonna bring my light down a little bit so we can see things down here. Alright. So we're gonna connect this crank sensor here. Alright, there you go, it clicked in. Already click. That's in that bracket. Alright, so next we got this little bracket that goes here. Well, this faces the other way around. Just like we took it off, it clicks into this little guy here. And then we're gonna put this number 10 down here. Alright, so far we have everything in place, and then we have one bracket left, the intake. We're gonna tighten that up too. And then when we're done, we can start up the car. I got that. Alright, there you go, I have that. I'm gonna put the bracket in.